Hi, my name is Meera Hoffman, and in this series, we're covering techniques for the full body. This video in particular, we're focusing on the arms. So, some really juicy techniques that you can use if you have carpal tunnel or if you type a lot or at the computer or do stuff with your hands. So, follow along. So, we'll begin by applying lotion to the arm. Just kind of working on both the inside and the outside of the arm, and bringing the lotion onto the chest as well. So I have a nice full surface to work on, including the hands and fingers too. And we can do a nice full broad stroke up the arm, using a loose fist just like we did on the back. And I'm using my bottom hand to kind of stabilize and support at the wrist, and then applying a medium to firm pressure, working really nice and slow. As you get closer to the elbow, that's when the muscles get more developed. And this can feel especially wonderful to people that type a lot or do stuff with their hands, like massage therapists like us. And once I reach past the elbow, then I'm going to use my fingers, kind of continue that stroke up to the shoulder, and come back down. Now we can do the same thing on the inside of the arm, so just kind of opening it up, and it's going to naturally want to turn outwards, which is totally fine. And then just supporting again underneath the wrist, the back side of the arm. And using my fist to slowly apply pressure towards the elbow. And then continuing that stroke and circulation of blood flow towards the heart. And pushing up and around the shoulder before coming back down. Do some nice opening to the hand, just alternating arm movements, using the palms of our hands to squeeze and scoop around the back of the hand. And then we'll open the hand up. So you can see I'm using my thumbs to press and make little circles into the bottom of the palm, the heel of her hand. And just like on the bottoms of the feet, you may notice areas that are a little crunchy, a little lactic acid or metabolic waste built up. And then I'm just trying to work thoroughly around each knuckle joint and into the thickest part of the hand. I'm going to pull and trace along each finger, and Karina's just kind of holding her hand, so I'm going to encourage her to relax. It's really natural to want to help. And coming out the ring finger now. Middle finger, the pointer finger, and then the thumb. And scooping really nicely and squeezing a little bit more firmly because there's just more muscle there. We'll continue up the arm, working on the forearm by tracing with our thumb, starting kind of in between the two bones on the wrist. Working all the way towards the elbow. Just feeling the underlying structures. Notice any areas that feel tight. reach the elbow, we're just going to reverse and slowly retrace our steps. You can move a little bit faster because it's just kind of a return stroke. And then we'll come rotating the arm slightly to do the same thing, making another pass up the arm. The elbow and then coming back down, giving that sense of completion as we do that return stroke. Moving a little bit more immediately on the inside of the arm here. And then again returning. To kind of draw that energy out the fingertips. If this person has a lot of tension, you can come back and do some nice thumb circles along those lines that we just worked. Working all the way up to the elbow, and then I'm going to go ahead and continue kneading up the bicep, one of the muscles in the upper arm, and coming onto the deltoid as well, just giving it some nice love and attention. And we'll come back down again, just sort of energetically drawing any tension out through the fingers. And come back up and focus our energy into working on the top part of the pec. So some nice big circles here with my fingers. Can come back to using that loose fist again, and letting it sink into a little divot right at the crux of where the pec muscle meets the arm. And once I've kind of placed my fist there, I'm going to move her arm up just a little bit. That'll help accentuate that move. And working out the pec muscle, drawing it outwards and coming down. I like to do a small traction away from the shoulder. Pulling the arm down. And you can also do a nice stretch here. And placing one hand kind of just superior to the wrist, and then cupping our other hand over the shoulder, pressing outwards. It's a nice stretch along the length of the arm. You can also do some circles, really opening up the arm and neck. Downwards again. While we're here, I'm just going to lift underneath the shoulder and tuck my fingers underneath the shoulder blade. And then with my opposite arm and hand, I'm going to press downward. So you can't see this because it's underneath the table, but my bottom hand is going like this, and I'm literally just scooping around the scapula. So feeling for that scapular ridge and just kind of pulling against it. So I lift up and then just curling my fingers up and under, kind of drawing towards the border of the scapula. And then I can use my top hand to apply some pressure from above. Feels really good and yummy. And then again, just bringing that energy outwards and down. Encouraging the arm to relax and release. I'll repeat the same thing on the opposite arm. So applying lotion all the way up the outer part of the arm and then the inner part of the arm. Scooping onto the pecs, making sure they're covered as well. And thoroughly working the hands and fingers. We'll start with our loose fist. Just ironing up the forearm. Working slowly and thoroughly from the wrist to the elbow. Just tracing those muscles and turning downwards. We'll rotate the arm out and do the same thing, so kind of supporting underneath the wrist. As we iron up the inside of the arm, the forearm. And then returning down. Can squeeze out the hand, giving it some nice love. And then I'll come down to work on the hand itself, making some nice thumb circles. I'm just trying to thoroughly work each finger. Imagining there's a line from the wrist, tracing out towards each finger, working on those nice yummy knuckles. You can squeeze out the fingers and trace along them. And working out the middle finger. And the pointer finger. And then the thumb. And really working into that muscle thoroughly. And squeezing out the thumb. To tracing lines up the forearm, using our thumb, starting at the wrist, placing it between the two bones, and then slowly and intentionally applying pressure into the muscles. Pressing in all the way to the elbow. And then doing a nice return. You can move a little bit more quickly, not as much pressure. And we'll move inside. Taking this opportunity ourselves to focus on our breath, letting our breath be natural and relaxed, and using our relaxation as a way to facilitate relaxation in our clients. And coming in for that third pass, working more medially, more towards the center. And then slowly returning back out. You can do some nice thumb circles here. This feels really fantastic. Really focusing on the muscles of the forearm. And we can knead up the bicep. Coming to work into the deltoid. And then working out to the pec. So if you want, you can even place the arm down. Use both hands to knead. Some nice circles. And work thoroughly back down the arm. And we'll come to do some compression into the pecs. So again, hand in a nice loose fist. And then moving the arm. And doing that nice rocking motion by grabbing at the wrist. Helps allow you to work more thoroughly and deeply without having to do a lot of work. And I'm going to bring our arm down, doing a nice pull. Also come back to that range of motion. Just really kind of lifting the shoulder, pulling out and down as a means to help release the shoulder joint. I'm going to come and lift underneath her shoulder. And using my fingers to curl back towards me. Dragging the fingers out till I make contact with the edge of the scapula. And then I can use my top hand to apply some counter pressure. So pushing downwards into the table to accentuate this massage stroke. Found a little knot up here, so just kind of hanging out a little bit. I'm gonna do that again because I know it just feels so yummy.